Welcome back to Chronicles Anime Review, episode number 11. We are here reviewing the 18th episode series, Lynchpin of Memories. And from what I can tell anyways, this finished adapting the last chapter of Book 6, and it goes to the prologue of chapter of Book 7. I think also even partially the first chapter. There's also an additional bit here, which of course is that from a later portion of the book, which they has speed up here. So here's what happens. We begin pretty much where we left off last episode, where right after Rio had pretty much killed 2 Minotaurs, he introduced himself to Lavatia. Lavatia, I think I say she's a character he kind of met in the previous episode, but he doesn't realize it. And of course, basically Chloe is there. Of course, she knows who he is because, of course, visited his shop. Visit her shop, and of course, there's just a Flora, where she does kind of know who this is, and she does confront about this in, I believe, Book 8, I think it is. Because remember, she does confront about it, and he does admit he is Rio to her, but he goes by Haruto now. Excuse me, don't worry, he does find out. But now this boy meets the hero, and then he kind of basically just fixes the carriage by slicing the roof off. Of course, he uses the current Duke Huguenot. And, well, then of course the hero proceeds to move the giant sword from the road. And they all go in the carriage, no problem. All 6 of them. Basically the Duke, the Princess, Lavatia, the blonde girl, and the hero. Basically all 6, basically, Haru. And of course they go in. Aisha and Clea, they both briefly appear in the episode as we have a flashback leading into the Minotaur by kind of explaining basically of how it got there. That kind of what they did in the start of the season, when they kind of just explained, they fill in the gap basically was shown in the previous episode, which is interesting. And then of course they're basically invited to stay at her mansion, and that's how portion of the episode ends. This lasts for about the first half of the episode. Second half is basically back at the Spirit Village, where we have Lavatia teaching Maru, Aki, and Minotaur about the language of the area, and doing pretty good. And of course, then instead of going spirit training, he proceeds to go fishing with the local kids, because he is kind of a kid. And of course, then they try training later on with the elf girl, and Murha basically does really well, but Aki does not do really well either. Yeah. They try to. And of course, basically wonder where Murha is. And I think it was the other girls. They did mention what happened in the previous season show with the whole thing of how they first met. And they even mentioned, get this, Rio calling out for Murha, the girl that's there. She's shocked the fact that Rio would call off for her, even though they hadn't met yet. Which that will be delved into later on. We also see Aki having a bath with Lavatia. I don't mind these scenes at all. Yeah, they're obviously naked, but we don't see any naughty bits, because the water covers up. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with the scene at all. And also, Miro, he comes back with a giant fish. This comes after the whole, viewing the fact that Haru basically talks about Miro in his sleep. And then, of course, the next scene is basically having one of the girls put on one of Miro's uniforms. And, of course, trying the uniforms, so that's kind of the end of the episode there. And yes, that is from the book, so that's not made for the episode, but pretty good here for this one. Yep. I forgot to update this here. Hang on. Because I think right now, with this episode, like in the case of As the Reincarnated Aristocrat, I use my praise as in the world, both these seasons have something in common. They're second seasons. We are halfway through them. They're like, really? Yes, both these two seasons will finish up probably the same week. Probably in, let's see. I'd say by the end of the summer, maybe? Let's find out here. Let's see. Let's see here. 1, 2. Yeah, it'll finish up. Unless, of course, it gets delayed. Yeah, unless, of course, basically the thing gets delayed, which I highly doubt it will. I'd say that it'll probably wrap up by that particular week, by December 23rd. But here's the ultimate question. Will there be a season 2 for the show? Not season 2, season 3. I'd say maybe. There's definite material for it. Depends how much further the season covers, because so far in just 6 episodes, they pretty much covering the rest of book 4 and 5. They just this episode finished at book 6. Now we're on book 7. In case you're curious, though, where am I up to for light novels? I'm up to book 10 out of 26. So yeah, after finishing the current volume, like 16 more left to go, but I only can read about 15 more after that because I only had book volume 25. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and do not hit the dislike button. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow for my review for obviously Fairy Warrior's Quest and Blue Exorcist. But I'm also going to try to do, start tomorrow. The strongest mage in Demon's Army was a human. Excuse me, I'm trying to start that tomorrow, okay? Next video tomorrow. Bye.